saying. I wanted to say welcome to week 2. We had a great time this past week. Heard from many of you regarding your small groups, and you shared with me about the opportunity to get to know each other on a little deeper level, and some questions that you guys had some fun, that you walked and talked through some of those questions together, and we're so grateful that we had the opportunity last week to get to know each other on maybe a little different level than we've known before. This week is week 2. It's the week we actually begin dialoguing through some of the questions from this current sermon series. We're in a series called Critical Thinking, and the concept of this series is sort of dealing with some of those words of wisdom that we oftentimes say, maybe to try to bring comfort or direction to someone's life. And oftentimes those words of wisdom really have very little wisdom within it. Today is one of those situations, one of those words, one of those phrases that we state. Sometimes we say, if you're in a bad spot in your life, you must have made a wrong turn somewhere down back in your recent past. The reality is, most of us have had those opportunities. Maybe we've heard those statements said to us. Maybe we've even said those statements to others as well. The reality is that just because we're in a bad spot doesn't necessarily mean that we've made a bad decision. We learned this past week that there, from 3 different biblical passages, that sometimes those bad decisions may come from our bad choices. We even learned from one of those passages that sometimes those bad decisions come directly because of God's leading. And that may be a little bit hard to stomach at times. But today, as we talk through and as we begin to work through those processes, we want to sort of focus upon the where, the why we're in the situation that we're in, really focusing on maybe the source of the position or the source of the reason why that we're in this bad spot. And so that'll be part of our questioning, part of our dialogue this evening as your discussion leader works through that process. You know, we've all had difficulties in our life. Matter of fact, some of us may think of our life a little bit like Hee Haw used to say. Hee Haw says, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. The reality is sometimes we find ourselves just there. But in the midst of difficulty, James chapter 1 says, in the midst of difficulty, God has an opportunity, and God will take the opportunity to grow us and help us to become all that we need to be. And He oftentimes uses those difficult times in life to do that very thing. Tonight we're going to be dialoguing through some of those questions, understanding why we're here. Also, we're going to be dealing with how is it in the midst of difficulty should I respond? What should I do? Based upon where the source of the difficulty is, may have to do with how we respond and how we respond appropriately. And then bottom line, what can we learn? What do I need to take away from it? How can I become a better person as a result of the difficulty that I find myself in? And so tonight we're going to spend some time dialoguing through those matters together. Small groups, life groups, that's what we're here for. We're learning to do life together. And part of the dynamic of that whole process is understanding that we all face difficulties. We all face troubles. And if we can help each other to learn through our own difficulties, we can be better people as a result of it. So that's part of the reason why we're doing life groups together. Thank you so much for your taking the opportunity to spend some time together. Thank you for your investment in other people around you. Thank you for your willingness to allow God to use you to be able to shape other people's lives. And we look forward to seeing how that's going to happen in the days to come in and through small groups. God bless you guys. Hope you have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.